Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Bommer number 5010-406-640. This is a wide throw hinge, as you can see. It's plain bearing, 5 knuckle, full mortise, wide throw, steel base hinge, 4x6 with a removable pin and an oil rubbed bronze finish. Okay. Let's dissect the part number a bit. First of all, 5010 stands for the fact that this is Bommer's full mortise hinge. As you can see from the swag on the hinge leafs there, that the hinge, when the leafs are brought parallel or when the door is closed, you can tell that that's meant to be mortised to the edge of the door and frame so that it's flush. The 50 also means it's a 5 knuckle hinge. The 10 means two things. It means that it's wide throw, and it means that it is steel based. So there's a magnet. Okay, so this is just a steel hinge with the oil rubbed finish on it, which is a 640 finish. Okay, this hinge, as you can see, is plain bearing. There's no ball bearings. We do have ball bearing hinges as well. 5 knuckle, that's pretty obvious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's wide throw, 4x6. That makes this hinge 4 inch tall because the height comes first in hinges like this. And 6 inch wide. That's when it's laid flat and open. That pin is removable. That can easily be driven out. Okay, by inserting a nail set or something in there and tapping that out. You would not want to use that on an exterior door that swings out. You'd want to order a security pin version, an NRP, non-removable pin, or a security stud sort of option. Okay, Bommer has a variety of security options for that. Reach out to us if you want to discuss those options. Okay, and again, oil rub bronze, 640 finish. You can also do this in a solid, non-ferrous material, bronze, brass base metal that you could get a 613, which is a oil rub bronze. Just the 613 means that it is on a non-ferrous base material. Okay. Now, options. Lots of options on hinges like this. But before we talk about that, wide throw hinges, why are they used? Well, a typical 4x4 hinge would give you just a specific dimension of the axis of pivoting from where the hinge is normally installed. So a 6 inch hinge would give you an additional 1 inch of axis of pivoting from where it would normally be. So it'd be over here somewhere. That'd be a standard 4x4. It's a 6 inch, which is 2 inches bigger because you're going to get an additional 2 inches of clearance around something. Wide throw hinges would be used in instances when you had two primary instances, when you had significantly thicker than average casing or shutters or some sort of treatment to the pull side of the door, or you might have an exceptionally thick wall and the door is physically installed deeper into the frame than standard. I've seen old homes, 100-plus-year-old homes in Florida or in the South, where the first floor wall, it might be a 3 or 4 story residence, and the first floor walls are 18 inches thick. And you'll see commonly the doors installed deep in the situation. The Capitol building on the University of Iowa has an instance like that as well. Very thick walls, fantastically special wide throw hinges that are not 6 inch, they're 12 inch wide, which those can be made, by the way. They're just very, very expensive. There is a if you're thinking about wide throw hinges, you might need extended lip strikes as well. If the door is deeper in, you're definitely going to want to think about an extended lip strike. Or if you've got real thick casing, if it's tight up to the face of the frame, your latch bolt might start to hit the casing before it comes in contact with your strike, so keep that in mind. At the deep, where the door is installed further into the frame is where you'll see wide throw hinges, extended lip strikes. There's a link below this video to the cut sheet, which talks about this hinge dimensionally and its sister products. There's steel hinges, your ball bearing. The 8000 series that are there are your 3-knuckle hinges, okay, versus a 5-knuckle like this. You've got your column for the different part numbers, depending on what it is. You're going to be looking horizontally at the 5010 row or the BB 5010 row, okay. Gives you all the important dimensions. This is what's called a template pattern on the screws. And speaking of screws, they are indeed included in a complimentary finish. All wood and all metal is what you'll get with those. Okay. Template pattern options, decorative tips on the pins. That's called a button tip. You can get urn tip, ball tip, steeple tip, urn, ball, steeple, acorn. You can get an acorn as well. I knew there were 4. This is a square corner hinge. We can special order it for you in a 1/4 inch radius, 5/8 radius. There is an upcharge for that, but feel free to reach out to us. Okay. Available in several different sizes, combinations of width and height, and then of course all the typical common architectural finishes along with others that Bommer will make. Last thing I'd like to point out to you will be the Bommer logo. The camera will focus that close. Right above it, it says Made in USA. In fact, that Bommer is quite proud of, as am I to represent them. If you have any questions on the Bommer 5010-406-640 plain bearing, wide throw, full mortise, 5-knuckle steel base, oil rubbed bronze hinge in a removable pin, or any other Bommer product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.